Take a slow breath. The world moves fast. But here, everything slows down. Simple English. Clear thoughts. Let us begin. Making small changes can be a gentle way to create a different life. This idea of starting small is often overlooked. Many people think that big changes are the only way to make a real difference. However, small habits can lead to significant results over time. For example, consider the habit of drinking water. Instead of changing your entire diet at once, just start with 1 extra glass of water each day. This is simple. It does not require a lot of effort or planning. Over weeks and months, this small habit can lead to feeling more hydrated and even healthier. When a person begins to notice these small changes, it can create a sense of accomplishment. This feeling is important. It builds confidence. Each small success encourages the desire for more change. It becomes easier to add another small habit, like taking a short walk. There is a quiet power in recognizing that change does not have to be overwhelming. Life often feels busy and complicated. By focusing on simple steps, it becomes manageable. Instead of feeling stressed about making a big change, the mind can relax. As time goes on, these small actions may connect. One habit can lead to another, creating a flow. This natural progression can feel more authentic than forcing big changes all at once. It allows space for growth without pressure. This way of thinking opens the door to new possibilities. It encourages curiosity about what else can be changed, even if it is just a little bit at a time. When exploring small habits, it is helpful to think about the daily routines we already have. These routines shape our lives, often without us noticing. By observing them, we can find opportunities for change that feel natural. For instance, think about the time spent scrolling on a phone. This habit is common and can take up many minutes or even hours each day. Instead of trying to cut it out completely, consider replacing just a few minutes of that time with reading a book or listening to music. This small shift can introduce new ideas and feelings into daily life without feeling like a heavy task. Noticing these small shifts can bring a sense of awareness. It shows how simple actions can change our experiences. Over time, this awareness can lead to a deeper understanding of personal habits and preferences. It's not about completely changing who we are, but rather about enhancing our routines in small, meaningful ways. As these habits develop, they can create a gentle rhythm in life. Each small action becomes part of a larger pattern. This pattern can provide comfort and stability. Life can feel chaotic, but small habits can anchor us. It is interesting to observe how our minds begin to welcome these changes. They may even inspire us to think about what else we can adjust. This curiosity about change can open new avenues for growth, encouraging exploration in a relaxed manner. Focusing on small steps allows for a sense of ease. It makes the process feel less like a challenge and more like a natural evolution. There is beauty in this gradual journey. As these small habits begin to form, it's important to recognize the role of consistency. Consistency does not mean perfection. It simply means showing up for those small actions regularly. Over time, this regularity builds a foundation for change. It becomes part of who we are. Think about how we brush our teeth every day. This simple habit is ingrained in our routine. It does not feel like a chore. It feels natural. When small habits become part of our daily lives, they can have the same effect. They can become so familiar that they require little thought. This process can also help us understand our own motivations. When we start to add small habits, we might notice why we choose certain actions. This awareness can lead to a better understanding of ourselves. It can reveal what we truly value and what brings us joy. For example, a person might find that taking 5 minutes to stretch in the morning brings clarity to their day. This realization can be enlightening. It can shift focus from simply going through the motions to appreciating these small moments of care. The key lies in the way we view change. Instead of seeing it as a big leap, it can be more helpful to think of it as a gentle unfolding. Each small habit is a step on a journey. This journey does not need to be rushed. As we continue to explore these small adjustments, it is natural to feel a sense of curiosity about how they fit together. What other small actions can complement what we are already doing? This thought can inspire new habits that feel just as effortless. When one small habit leads to another, it creates a sense of flow in life. This flow can bring a feeling of lightness. Instead of fighting against change, we begin to move with it, like a river finding its course. The journey becomes less about struggle and more about discovery. This unfolding can soothe the mind. There is comfort in knowing that change can be gentle. It does not have to be dramatic or life-altering to be meaningful. Each small habit adds to the tapestry of our daily lives, creating a richer, more fulfilling experience. As we embrace these small changes, it's interesting to see how they can affect our perspectives. Often, we may discover new interests or hobbies that we didn't think we had time for. For instance, spending just a few minutes on a new activity can spark joy. Maybe it's trying a new recipe or learning a few words in another language. These small diversions can add richness to our days. This exploration can also help us understand our own rhythms. Some people feel energized in the morning, while others find their focus later in the day. Recognizing these patterns allows us to align our new habits with when we feel most capable. Instead of forcing ourselves into a routine that feels uncomfortable, we can choose moments that match our natural tendencies. As we continue to make small adjustments, there is a gentle unfolding of our identity. We start to see ourselves not just as we are, but as we can be. This awareness can shift our mindset. It encourages a feeling of acceptance, knowing that growth takes time. When these habits begin to feel like a natural part of life, they can create a sense of contentment. This feeling is not about achieving perfection, but about enjoying the process. The act of trying something new, even if it's small, can bring a fresh perspective. It makes daily life feel more engaging. It's also worth considering how these habits can influence our relationships. When we take care of ourselves, it can have a ripple effect on those around us. A simple habit, like taking time to breathe deeply, can create a calm atmosphere. This calm can spread, making interactions with others more pleasant and open. As we reflect on these small changes, it becomes clear that they are not isolated events. Each one connects to the next. This connection creates a web of habits that support our well-being. The more we recognize this, the more we can appreciate the subtle shifts in our lives. As these small habits weave together, something interesting happens. There is a shift in focus from the results to the experiences. Each small action becomes a moment to savor. This can change the way we approach our days. For instance, when we make an effort to enjoy our morning coffee, it becomes more than just a routine. It can be a moment to breathe, to taste, and to appreciate. This simple act transforms into a small ritual. It adds a layer of meaning to an everyday task. With this new perspective, we might find ourselves more present. Rather than rushing through life, we start to notice the details. The sound of leaves rustling outside or the warmth of sunlight on our skin can become sources of joy. This awareness invites a deeper connection to our surroundings. It enriches our experiences, making the ordinary feel extraordinary. It's about finding beauty in simplicity and enjoying the quiet moments that come our way. As we continue to explore these habits, there's an opportunity to reflect on our values. What matters most to us? This reflection can help us choose small actions that resonate with our true selves. It becomes easier to let go of habits that no longer serve us. When we align our actions with our values, there is a sense of harmony. Life starts to flow more naturally. We begin to feel more grounded, and this grounding can create a sense of peace. As we embrace these small changes, the idea of discipline takes on a different meaning. It's not about rigid rules, but about gentle choices. Each decision to engage in a small habit becomes a step toward a more fulfilling life. This realization can feel liberating. It opens up the possibility of change without pressure. Each small habit is a choice made in the moment. It is a way to express who we are and who we wish to become. The journey of small habits is not just about the final destination. It is about enjoying the path. Each day offers new opportunities to explore and experiment. With each small action, we find a little more of ourselves. As these small habits settle into our lives, they can reveal more about our preferences and needs. There is a natural unfolding that happens when we allow ourselves to explore. Each small action can serve not only to improve our routines. When we think about what makes us feel good, it might lead to surprising discoveries. Maybe a few minutes of stretching feels refreshing, or perhaps stepping outside for fresh air brings a sense of clarity. These little moments of choice can become anchors for our day. There is also a subtle shift in how we view our time. Rather than seeing it as something to manage tightly, it can become a space to enjoy. Small habits remind us that time can be flexible. A few minutes here and there can lead to a richer experience rather than just filling space. In this way, the act of being present becomes a small habit in itself. It encourages us to engage with our surroundings in a more meaningful way. For example, instead of rushing through tasks, we might take a moment to notice the colors of our environment or the sounds around us. This shift in focus allows each moment to feel a bit fuller. As we explore these small habits, we may also notice how they influence our emotional state. Engaging in simple actions can lighten the mind. There is something calming about letting go of expectations and just being. Each small habit can become a moment of peace amidst the busyness of life. This gentle unfolding helps us realize that we don't have to strive for perfection. Instead, it's about finding what fits. When we connect with our actions, they can become a source of comfort rather than a burden. Life feels less like a series of tasks and more like a series of choices that bring us joy. Continuing this journey, we might find ourselves more open to trying new things. Even the smallest changes can spark curiosity about what else is possible. It becomes an invitation to explore without pressure. There's a lightness in embracing the unknown, in allowing ourselves to wander a bit. In this exploration, it's important to pay attention to how these habits evolve. They may start small, but as we engage with them, they can grow in significance. This evolution is as we consider how these small habits evolve. It's interesting to notice the layers that build over time. Each action, no matter how small, can create a ripple effect. One habit may connect to another, enhancing our experiences in unexpected ways. For example, starting a few minutes of quiet reflection in the morning can lead to a more thoughtful approach throughout the day. This small pause gives space for clarity. It may even encourage a more mindful attitude toward our choices. Suddenly we find ourselves making more intentional decisions, whether it's what to eat or how to spend our time. This unfolding is gentle. It does not demand a complete overhaul of life. Instead, it invites us to consider how small changes can lead to a deeper understanding of ourselves. As we engage with these habits, we start to see patterns emerge. Our preferences and dislikes become clearer. Perhaps we discover we feel better when we take a moment to breathe deeply before responding to a situation. This small habit can transform how we interact with others. The way we respond to stress or challenges may shift. A sense of calm can take root, changing the atmosphere around us. Noticing these shifts can be enlightening. It reveals the interconnectedness of our actions and feelings. Each small habit is a thread in the fabric of our lives. These threads weave together, creating a tapestry that reflects who we are. With time, this understanding can lead to a quieter confidence. It allows for acceptance of where we are in our journey. There's no need for drastic change, just a gentle unfolding of our true selves. Each moment spent on small habits nurtures this growth. As we navigate this path, it becomes easier to embrace what feels right. We start to listen to our needs instead of pushing them aside. This awareness creates space for more meaningful habits to emerge. The beauty lies in the simplicity of these realizations. Each small action, each gentle choice, contributes to a life that feels aligned with our values. This slow and steady approach encourages a sense of peace in the process. Rather than focusing solely on the end goal, we can appreciate the journey itself. As these small habits take root, they often reveal more about our daily lives. It's interesting how they can change our perspective on tasks we once found tedious. For example, something as simple as washing dishes can shift from being a chore to a moment of mindfulness. When we approach it with awareness, it becomes an opportunity to focus on the warmth of the water and the rhythm of the movement. This small change in mindset can transform an ordinary task into a moment of calm. Engaging in such simple acts allows us to connect with the present. When we focus on the sensations and the process, it can feel less like a burden and more like a part of our experience. This shift helps us to appreciate those daily moments that often pass unnoticed. Over time, these small habits can help us build a more positive relationship with our responsibilities. Rather than viewing them as things to check off a list, they become opportunities to engage with life more fully. This can lead to a lighter feeling about daily tasks, reducing stress, and creating a greater sense of well-being. As we explore this further, it's important to recognize that every person's journey is unique. What works for one may not work for another. The key lies in being attentive to our own needs and preferences. This can guide us toward habits that feel right for us. This process of personalization can lead to a deeper understanding of what makes us feel fulfilled. By tuning into ourselves, we find habits that resonate with our values and aspirations. Each small action becomes a reflection of our intentions. With this awareness, we begin to see how our small habits can create a more meaningful life. They become a way to express who we are. Over time, this realization can bring a sense of ease. There's no rush to change everything at once. Each small step is significant in its own right. As these small habits settle into our lives, they can reveal a deeper layer of understanding. This understanding often comes softly, like a gentle whisper. It encourages us to appreciate the small moments that shape our experiences. We start to recognize that life is not just about the big milestones. It is also about the quiet moments in between. Finding joy in these moments can add richness to our daily routine. For instance, taking a moment to enjoy a warm cup of tea can transform a simple act into a cherished ritual. This shift in focus helps us cultivate a sense of gratitude. It allows us to celebrate the small victories rather than waiting for something grand. Each small habit becomes a thread that weaves our days together. Over time, this can lead to a feeling of contentment. There is a comfort in knowing that we are taking steps, however small, towards our own growth. The journey becomes less about reaching the destination and more about enjoying the path we walk. With this sense of ease, we may find ourselves feeling more open to life. We begin to move through our days with a lighter heart. Each small action, each gentle choice, contributes to a life that feels more aligned with who we are. As we continue to embrace these habits, it brings a quiet strength. This strength is not loud or demanding. It is a steady presence, grounding us in our choices. It reminds us that every small step counts. In this way, we can find peace in the simplicity of our actions. Each day offers a new opportunity to nurture these habits, to explore what feels right. There is no rush. There is only the unfolding of our lives, one small moment at a time.